No, keep going, really. I would like to talk more about this. Hey everybody, and welcome to Dude, How Did You Not See This? Podcast about three comedians who never watch movies and a guy who can't believe it. This week we're going to be doing Blade Runner. Okay. This week we're going to be doing Blade Runner, a movie
You had to
about...
stop you for that one.
Yeah, well, you got to get the good goofs in when you can.
Yeah, I mean, Goof Runner? Bingo.
Yeah, nailed it. Okay, so anyway, I'm your host as always, comedian Kelly Workman. I'm joined today by the same folks I always am.
Comedian Thomas Nichols.
Retail man Daniel.
Dirk.
Dirk Nowinowitz is here, whatever the hell that
Lewinsky's
basketball
here.
name player is.
From
Dirk Nowinowitz.
the last Mavericks.
Comedian Derek Tusing.
Boom.
There you go.
Face.
Wow. Impressive.
Yeah.
Really a star-studded
basketball
intro. No, well, you look like you could be his son. Didn't you lie to people in high school and say you were his son?
I didn't lie to anyone in high school. I
Told the truth. I am actually his son.
No. I was
Dirk, if you're listening,
Yeah.
your son is here.
once at a basketball court at maybe age like 13, and I was
Somebody just mispronounced your name?
I was killing it, and my friend Zach was like, "Yeah, his name's Dirk."
Nowinowitz, the sequel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the sequel.
Dirk
And
Nowinowitz
these
round two.
other kids were like, "Oh, no way!" And I was like, "Yeah, watch this." And I made a shot, and then I quit. After that, I was like,
You
yeah.
retired?
Yeah, you retired.
That's that shit.
Damn. You should have taken
Yeah,
your
he's
talents
the
to
myth.
South Beach, man.
You really hung up your blades that quickly?
Yeah.
That's that guy. That's dope. That's how you do it, man. It's like
Yeah.
how you beat somebody in Uno and like, bitch, I beat you.
Yeah. And then you
got
never
it.
play the game again.
done.
Yeah.
Like, that was it.
Exactly.
How would
So-
sports be if like you won a competition? You're like, that's
Oh,
it.
I'm good.
We're
Thank you
done
very
playing.
much,
I guess we get a new team
Yeah.
now. That's it.
That would be awesome, actually.
That's how I would do a championship. I would
yeah.
win the championship.
And then
get a
that's-
ring. I'm like,
They should. Okay, with the
Kobe,
amount,
I beat you, son.
that would be like the only way I could justify sports for how much they get paid is if they win one thing and then it's like, okay, you guys are done. You can't win
Yeah,
again.
you
You
can't
can't
win
get
again.
paid for this anymore. You're done.
Your
You
team is
did it.
dissolved and none of you are allowed to have jobs
Exactly.
ever.
It's either that or the other team that loses doesn't get paid at all.
It'd be
so
like-
only the winning team gets paid.
Or if we had because the Aztecs had that ball game where it's essentially like this giant medicine ball that they would hit with their hips around, and it was either
yeah.
they would switch
I've
up
seen
the
Road to
rules.
El Dorado too.
Well, they would they switched the rules around. I think it was either sometimes the winning team would all get sacrificed, or the losing team, or sometimes both.
Okay.
So I mean,
That's how they should do it. Still, that's a way
They
better
should,
way to
yeah.
do it.
Sacrifice.
the
You have a
Aztecs-
lot less domestic violence. I
This is
think.
true. Yeah,
Really, as a
definitely
whole.
cut down on the concussions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But then again, isn't it all men playing?
Yeah,
Yeah, but
Which
they're
means it's already enough women. It's with the women in there playing.
that's true. They should have co-ed. They should
Sacrifice
just do
them. I
co-ed
shouldn't say
games.
that.
yeah.
Let's
Go
not
ahead.
guys.
Well, yeah, basically you just pitched away from women to get murdered also.
yeah.
So they can join in on the fun.
Well, you know what?
To
I
make a
mean,
murderer,
we're
Tom
progressive here at Dude. How did you not see this?
And dude, can any of us remember the name of this
Yeah,
podcast?
Also, guys, that's our Twitter handle now.
yeah.
Yeah,
Twitter handle hashtag Dude. How did you not see this?
That's not actually it. There's not enough characters on Twitter for that.
Oh.
Anywho, we'll get to that at the end of it. We'll also get to the movie that we're actually supposed to be watching and talking about eventually.
But I'd like to.
I'd like to really continue on the sports.
Oh
rant.
yeah.
I
yeah.
think- well, because the thing is about sports, and this is really ridiculous, but being someone that never watches sports, I never really get the chance to talk about sports.
Yeah.
Because no one ever wants to talk to me about it because I don't know shit.
You see, tonight
I'm
we're
with you, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
well,
Like,
we decided to take a right turn, as it were, in this podcast. It's not going to be about sports.
Well,
Can we just figure out for a second though, Daniel? Do you know much about sports? Do you follow
I know a little bit here and there,
sports?
depending on the
I was
sport.
I
hoping
know
you were
quite
going to
a
be a
bit.
sports fanatic.
I thought you would know a lot about it
So-
too.
I know.
This is our
well,
monthly sports talk.
Yeah. Well, I know a lot about.
Talk about it once a month.
Catch it.
I know a lot
We're
about.
only supposed to listen to this episode really early in the morning. on
Yeah.
our way to work.
Yeah, super early.
Or if you're a truck driver,
Or if you're a truck driver, you can listen to it whenever. It's
whenever
really
you like. Yeah.
non-exclusive to you.
Yeah, if you're picking up lizards at the at the local rest stop, we're here for you. We're
They're
your
actually
entertainment.
called lot lizards.
Lot
please,
lizards.
please don't
Respect,
disrespect
please.
them.
Okay,
Yeah, a little bit of respect.
Apologies
I
to
do
the
know
lot
one thing
lizards
about
listening.
Sports radio,
Thank you, Judy.
though.
Yeah.
It's super easy to fall asleep to.
Is it?
What is?
Yeah,
Mhm.
sports radio.
Yeah.
I noticed. When I do watch
I
sports,
guess it's most talk shows, but still.
yeah, that's
It's-
true.
so you telling people gonna fall asleep doing our podcast?
Shit.
Oh, guys, sorry.
Well, maybe
We'll
if
stop
they-
talking
If
about
you're
Listen
this.
to
listening to
the-
this and you were about to nap,
Please don't
Yeah.
nap just yet.
Hello,
We've got plenty of other things to talk
Get
about.
focused.
Soothing tones
as
of
we are
my
going
buttery
to
voice.
shortly, we promise. We're going to talk.
Focus is why we're really here today. Let's talk about focus.
Yeah. Let us talk about focus.
How do you get on point?
Yeah.
How do you speak about things you need
Let's
to talk
do it.
about?
All right, ladies and
Okay,
gentlemen, at
so
home, we
Daniel-
are watching the 1982 classic
That's what I
film,
wanted.
sci-fi film Blade Runner, starring Harrison Ford, Sean Young, and Rutger Hauer, as well as Edward James Olmos. Apologies to
Edward
Mr.
James
Olmos.
was almost in the film, but
Yeah.
unfortunately they picked someone else.
He does not reach these kids in this movie, but he is in it.
He doesn't reach what?
Is
Kids?
Stand and Deliver? No. Anyone?
Daniel, this
Hey,
is
I
a
think we
podcast
pointed
about
out that we're not
we
Yeah.
don't watch any movie
That's
reference
a-
you make.
Dude,
will
That's,
probably
an,
be
sucks,
that's an
man.
excellent point. But
Let's
I
just
believe
all-
I'm the only person in the film in the room who has
you're
seen
in
this
this?
film. Yeah, I'm the only. I was I was Harrison Ford's understudy.
I thought it'd be really
Um,
cool if you were his car.
Back to the plot at hand here. We
Whoa! Now
well,
don't give us the plot yet.
Well, oh no!
I
I was talking. I was gonna say, we watched the trailer, and I wanted to hear what your guys' thoughts
Oh,
were.
right.
What were your predictions? What do you
Well,
think the movie?
Technically, we watched two trailers.
Two
We
trailers.
watched one that was like 3.5 minutes that was very confusing, and then
Yeah, the
another one that
from '82.
the
It
actual 82
wasn't
one.
confusing.
It wa-
He was telling you all
What was
about the
going on?
movie. Well,
Maybe
the
I was
confusing
frustrated,
aspect
is what it
was that I thought this was a sci-fi thriller, and that was the most boring
That was a pretty
trailer
dull-
I may have ever
There was-
seen.
There was no music to it, which was just.
I like
concerning.
both trailers.
Okay.
It was. I'll be honest. It was a long 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It did
But
feel
but,
like
but then
long.
again, not what
It-
trailers
it
are 3
didn't-
minutes. You know
It
what I mean?
did
Yeah.
spark my interest
Yeah.
still.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I
was
definitely wanted to see
like,
this movie. I've always
is
wanted to
this
actually watch
actually
this.
a trailer?
Yeah.
But the unicorn came out of nowhere.
Yeah, I am
That
very
was random.
stoked to see where
And this is the-
Unicorn fits into this.
This is the first movie that I think I've seen Harrison Ford in.
Oh
Think?
wow.
You've never seen Harrison Ford in another
I don't
movie?
think I've
Indiana
seen it.
Jones?
Indianapolis Jones.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
Because I've actually even seen Indiana Jones.
I've
I love
seen
Indiana
some
Jones.
Indiana Jones.
Oh
I
yeah, you
forgot
haven't
he
seen
was in
Star
it.
Wars either because he's basically this guy.
Star
Again.
Wars.
They got another Indiana Jones coming out, by the way.
Oh yeah, they do.
Well, the
Slated for
podcast is
2019.
canceled because clearly the good movies are over.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
It's been a pleasure speaking to you at home.
watching the trailer. I mean, I'm like you guys said, I'm personally excited about the movie. I think the movie's gonna
Yeah,
be dope.
this seems rad. I mean, not to say that Rocky wasn't just a on the edge of your seat thriller, but
Our last review of Rocky did not go good at all.
Oh yeah.
and guys, we would like to maybe apologize a little bit. We were a little too harsh on the film. As it set in, I started to like the movie a little bit more than
gotta
I
say,
did.
guys, as the movie went on.
That-
But we
And,
did. To be fair, we watched a 2-hour movie starting at 1 in the morning, and that
And-
maybe wasn't the best call.
we do want to
you're
apologize
saying
for
you-
some of our
you
comments about the
contemplated
city of
Rocky?
Philadelphia.
I do.
Well, see,
Post-episode,
yeah,
you
Thomas,
kinda
Thomas and I
like
were
it.
speaking off
I-
mic, and
I gotta say,
earlier.
after a while of it setting in, I was like, I might have liked Rocky.
I was hating a lot, but I think the draw aspect of it was actually more inspiring than I thought it should. Than I thought it was originally. I thought that was because that almost never happens in movies. Usually somebody has to win,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and this one is really just an eternal victory.
well,
he
no,
won
the-
it
I like that.
himself.
Well, it wasn't a
Yeah.
draw at the end. Apollo Creed won by decision.
Oh, that's
But
right.
he
I
won
hate
by
Rocky.
decision,
But no,
I mean,
that is a good point though. You don't see that many sports movies where they lose, but it's still a
Is
triumph.
boxing a sport?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
what'd you say?
there's rules.
What'd you just say?
It's I only know about UFC nowadays. I don't think anybody boxes still.
Yeah.
No, it feels-
Oh,
What?
they do.
I don't know. I mean,
Kelly?
The last thing I heard
Dude,
about
how did you not see this?
Okay.
Yeah.
How did you not see this? I don't know anything
Wait,
about sports either.
Do you know which one boxing is? Boxing does not involve balls.
It's the one
in
with the
any way.
rollerblades.
Yeah, the blades.
And then they like tackle each other on the field.
No,
and then
that's
it's
Blade
all
Runners.
Hilarious.
So that's what this movie is
That's
about.
Rocky
Yeah,
Power.
this is actually
That's
a
Rocky
sports
Power. Remember
movie.
the cartoon Nickelodeon? Rocky Power.
Okay.
Now, what are
okay.
we?
No, but at the
What
end of
is your guess on the title of this film? Because
Blade Runner?
Yeah.
Blade Runner would be my guess for the title of the film.
Why do you think it's titled
Oh.
Blade Runner? Use some logic.
Yeah, I did.
What do you think?
Well, yeah,
Oh,
well,
I
yeah.
have no idea.
Okay, shortstop.
based on-
I think.
Based on
That
both
was a-
of the trailers,
Yeah.
I could not decide where I thought that.
I haven't
name
seen a
came
Blade
from.
at all.
Yeah.
I was at least expecting to see Wesley Snipes in it, but I didn't see
Yeah,
it.
it's
Oh,
people
yeah.
running away from that movie set to this one.
Yeah.
So
I really don't want to be in Blade, guys. I'd rather be in this
It was really ahead of its time.
Definitely.
I don't really know. I mean, I guess because the guy's name I'm assuming is not Blade. Because from the trailer, it sounds like his name was Dex.
Deck.
Deck. Okay,
Decker.
Decker. Okay, there we go. Good hacker name.
Yeah, yeah.
And so yeah, I don't know. I don't really know where the Blade comes in unless it's like my guess for it is that it is a slur for synthetic humans, almost
Oh,
like
nice.
because if that's what he from the trailer it shows that that's what he's hunting. I guess is synths. So I would say maybe that's a slur for them.
What Blade?
Yeah, like blades or something. I don't know.
I know
That was my
that.
guess.
I know it's a dangerous movie because it's dangerous to run with blades.
I gotta watch my back and my fronts.
Well, always
Especially
watch your
the
back.
front. Yeah.
Your front's not as concerning.
But for that time of it, of course, it's shot in the future. I don't know what year.
I don't
but,
even know how they did that shoot in the future.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it looks so cool.
crazy.
though. It looked really like cool. Like
It does.
It
Look, yeah,
looked
it looked.
like
I was surprised
it
how
was
good it
done-
looked.
Yeah.
like a few years ago. That's what
Yeah, yeah, it really doesn't look like it's dated that bad. I
Yeah.
mean, other than Harrison Ford looking like he's 15, but other than
This,
that, like.
this movie's honestly got some of the best visual effects, like still.
So Ridley Scott is that who? did
Ridley
this movie?
Scott?
Ridley
Oh,
Scott directed
man.
this.
So is that's the Alien guy, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
this was
yeah,
this
yeah.
was
Okay.
he
I
directed
have
this
seen that movie,
after
Aliens.
Alien.
Oh, after? Okay.
Alien was, I
Oh.
believe, in '79. This one was
I think
'82.
so,
Okay, so about 3
And
years
this
after.
is this film's actually based off of a short story by Philip, or short novella technically by Philip K. Dick called "Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep," which is this film is very different from the original short story, definitely in terms of plot as well as in terms of tone.
yeah.
Yeah.
What was the budget for the movie?
Daniel?
I actually don't know.
Oh.
Not off the top of my
more
head.
than Alien though?
I think it's
'Cause
definitely
Alien was one of the
more-
movies
oh, wait.
that almost didn't get
Oh wait,
made.
scroll back down. It's gonna be there on the side. 28 million.
Okay.
Oh wow.
That's a press. I guess that's a
And 30
lot of money.
mil in the
Oh,
box office.
for the time,
has
yeah.
that
Yeah.
been our top?
Yeah, by
Budgeted
far.
movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, because
Evil
between
Dead.
Evil Dead and Rocky, it has to
Mhm.
be.
Yeah, Rocky had like no budget.
Because the only costume they even used in Rocky was just his face. They changed that to make it
Yeah.
look very Cro-Magnon.
Yeah.
Based off that.
Yeah,
poster,
they didn't
though.
even. They didn't.
Based on
even
the poster, it
buy,
looks like Cowboy Bebop.
They didn't
Yeah.
even buy coat
Ah,
hangers.
dude, good call.
Yeah,
Yeah, it looks
bro.
just like Cowboy
Wow.
Bebop.
Cowboy Bebop has definitely taken this is one of the most influential sci-fi films, especially when it comes to like cyberpunk and like this sort
I
of
could see-
neo
I
noir
could see
genre in general.
They got Spike and Faye.
that, Yeah, it really is. It's Spike and Faye.
I can tell by that picture alone, somebody's having sex.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's
There's
the
gotta be
after
a
sex
sex
smoke that she's
Well,
having.
She got a
currently.
cigarette. She got
Yeah.
a cigarette.
Yeah, and he's got his mind on the hustle like every man does.
And the gun and the
ride. He's on
gun
the
represents his penis, of course.
Yeah.
Of course,
That's why it's pointing up.
Yeah, because it's erect like ours will be.
Pointing up towards God, man.
Oh my god.
Well, you got to give your hats off to him.
Yeah, exactly.
Hilarious.
Oh, please no.
I guess next question before we start: what other movies has Philip K. Dick done?
Well, Minority Report, Total Recall.
Oh, that's good.
Both of those are based off of Philip K. Dick books
Books?
as well.
Okay.
Scanner Darkly, that's another one.
I actually liked Minority Report as not as good of a movie
That's
as
what
it
we
was.
talked
I like that.
No.
No,
Is that
it is Tom Cruise.
Yeah, Tom
yeah,
Cruise
it is
is.
Tom Cruise.
Yeah,
That was a pretty decent movie.
yeah.
Well, anyway, guys, I guess we're gonna go ahead and take our break and watch this film. We'll be back to let you know how that went.
Peace out.
Peace in.
Yeah.
Everybody, this podcast is due to the
I play
Replicants are like any other machine. They're either a benefit or a hazard. If they're a benefit, it's not my problem.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to Dude, How Did You Not See This? Blade Runner edition. We just finished the movie, and here we have some thoughts about it, I suppose. Starting off, what are our thoughts? Sorry.
Aesthetically
Pleasing.
I loved that film. Like,
Yeah.
it was really cool to watch. I liked that it was less action than I thought there was going to be.
See, that was what threw me off. I thought there was going to be way more action.
That's
like I
what
thought
I'm
it
saying.
was going to be an action film completely.
Is that I liked that it was more about the relationship of the
replicants
and like the humans versus it being like all about just hunting and like destroying them, because that's kind of what I was going into it thinking.
Yeah, thinking it was just going to be a straight action flick and he was going to be hunting them down. I thought that too.
Yeah, well, they called him in and they're like, "You're the best at this." He didn't really do anything that specialized.
Yeah, he didn't really seem that good at it.
No.
Like, it seemed like he was kind of confused every place he went if he was supposed to be there or not.
Well, it kind of feeds into like sort of like one of the theories about the film, which is that Deckard himself was actually a replicant.
See that? Okay.
The fellow with the cane, Edward James Olmos.
Okay, pause on that. I'm super glad we finally figured out how to spell his last name, because I was
Olmos.
Yeah, well, I always
It's
thought
Spanish. It's like easy.
Yeah, well, I always
Almost.
thought it was like almost, as in like
Almost.
A-L. Yeah, A-L, almost.
Edward James, almost.
Yeah, well, he's almost a good actor.
Yeah, related to Edward James, kinda.
Edward, sorta.
I liked the movie. I personally liked the movie because the corporation was Tyrell.
Tyrell's Corp.
And
Tyrone.
I support black businesses.
Yeah.
I support the community.
Hashtag
Black
Black businesses matter.
To me
Yeah.
that black businesses matter.
Yeah.
But it was weird to me that the corporation was named Tyrell, but there was not one black dude in the whole fucking movie.
Also, I will say that this movie was based in 2019, which is 3 years from now. So
During the height
something
of the
to
Trump,
look forward to.
During the height of the Trump presidency.
From what it looks like, the height if Trump gets elected.
It looks like he
how it's gonna
definitely
turn
made
out.
America great again, because we got replicants, flying cars, radiation stuff.
Definitely a lot of rain.
A lot of rain.
A lot of rain, yeah. So much so
he fixed
that
the drought, you know?
There was so much
That's what
rain
he
that the
did.
building, like the final scene of the building is literally falling apart because it is so wet and the wood is just rotting.
That's LA.
Can't
I will say, like, in the movie, though, like, as I was watching it, the dialogue seemed to be really slow. Like, they paced out some stuff that probably should not have been.
Well, the police chief,
really
I guess, if who it was that him. His whole demeanor just seemed like very excited. Like he was just like, "Hey, man, you're bringing you back onto the force. You're gonna go hunt these things down. I'm gonna go have another drink in the office. I guess I'll see you later."
Why? He had bottles of whiskey in his office,
and that was the thing. The fact that it's almost speculated that he was a replicant. The chief, I feel like he knew.
Yeah, I would think that. I
he
guess
just treated him like he was, you know.
Yeah, that is true.
Because
I feel like he knew.
Yeah, one of the sort of key pieces of the whole theory is the fact that Gaff, Edward James Olmos, who is the original Blade Runner, but was like put out of action obviously since he has the limp, and so his memories were implanted into Harrison Ford, into Deckard. Hence, Harrison Ford has that dream or vision of the unicorn, and then at the end you see that origami unicorn.
Yep.
I guess one of the things, another thing I had a kind of a really questionable problem with was that all the replicants were referred to as skin jobs.
Yeah.
And that's a very upsetting slur for something.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know, that really threw me off.
Yeah. Skin job.
Well, the gymnast one, they refer to her as she's like, yeah, it's a skin job pleasure model, and I was like, turn all that off, because that's all too rough for me.
Foreskin pleasure models.
The foreskin pleasure model.
Yeah.
Okay, well, didn't originally they say that there were 6?
2 were
3 females and 3 males, right?
Yeah, 2 were fried in an electrical field when they tried to first break into Tyrell.
To Tyrell's house?
Tyrell's
Okay.
house,
Into his
man.
trap
Yeah.
house?
In there,
Okay.
into Dark,
take his TV.
Dr.
He was like,
Tyrell.
"No, son, I can't have it."
Yeah.
I can't have it.
Yeah.
They try to steal that small ass TV.
They try to,
Yeah. You know,
his extreme
I guess they're
zoom.
just trying to start static,
for
you
that
know?
Polaroid pictures.
Oh my god, that
He had to shake the picture when it came out.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Bro.
he still had to do that, but he could enhance it fucking to
He had
see
flying cars
into space. Yeah, and there's flying cars.
It
That is
isn't
true.
Well, you know, the Donald Trump presidency isn't gonna bring just progress. You know, some things we're gonna have to roll back a little bit. You know.
Yeah, I guess there can't be progress everywhere.
Yeah, you know. I'll take it.
It was definitely, but like the fact that it was flying cars really.
They were believable flying cars, I think, for the
Yeah.
most
Yeah,
part.
yeah,
They're pretty, it was
they
pretty
looked
neat.
great.
Yeah.
And
They
the fact
did.
that the streets were crowded made it like a reason to have.
To have them, yeah, that
It was
I
all
agree
like-
with that.
It
Yeah.
was almost no street at all in the movie.
Yeah.
But
I
they
think-
had flying cars.
Really, the only thing that the city needed more of was just blinds.
Yeah.
Or anything to keep the fucking excessive amount of bright light away. Like, any time of the day, there's just neon, just bright sunlight or
Yeah.
whatever light just
But
coming
then
in
again, there
to
was
every
no
room
day
in
in
it.
the movie.
That is true.
Yeah.
There was. Well, I mean, again, if Trump
There's
is
like-
president, there will be no day.
There was no day in the movie. There was one scene where it was just the sun, but it was
It
going
was-
Oh,
down.
it was
at
setting,
the end of
yeah.
the movie, I guess we should say we did watch the final cut, and we did watch the theatrical cut ending also because we heard that they were different. And I say watch just the final cut one, the theatrical one. I only mention it because it's the only sunlight I can remember was that scene where they're,
Yeah.
I guess, driving down the coast.
Yeah.
Happy as can
Well,
be.
the
Which was
story
really
was
strange for this movie because
Yeah.
really if this is the way that if they have the option to live in this mountainous area, go there instead.
where there's like
Mount
nature and
Everest.
shit. It's
Yeah.
like, yeah. The whole story behind that. There's in fact a Wikipedia page about just the versions of the film. Yeah, the final cut is essentially
Which one's the feminist version?
The
Sorry,
feminist
go ahead.
version would probably be.
Sorry.
I don't know. They haven't made that cut yet, but
Might be the European one. Anyway,
yeah, the theatrical. Ridley Scott's initial like cut is what the final cut is now. That's like what he initially kind of wanted. But the studios didn't like the ambiguity that was throughout the film, so they essentially forced him to add in scenes and take out other certain scenes. And as well as adding in like this narration, which if you watch the theatrical cut and you listen to the narration, like
It is piss poor.
yeah, which was done. It was done on purpose.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Harrison Ford,
It's
like
bad.
tried to make that narration as awful as possible, just so that they wouldn't use it. But they ended up using it anyways.
That's a great tactic.
And
though.
then they
is a
ended
good-
it.
that's a good move.
They kind of undermined the whole setting of the film at the end when, at the end of the theatrical cut. Spoiler alert! Deckard and Rachel drive off through the countryside, and it's a lovely countryside too. In a
compared to
car.
the rest of the movie and scenery, it's insane that this
Where-
place exists at all.
Yeah, and the entire like setting of the movie is supposed to be like Earth is irradiated.
Well, it's
to,
like a
to
space
point,
noir
you know?
almost.
Yeah, which that was definitely Ridley Scott's intent, was to create a noir film, but set
Well, 'cause-
like in a sci-fi dystopian sort of future.
Well,
so it takes a lot of its cues, especially pacing wise and like dialogue wise, from noir films.
Well, I see, because, I mean, I guess Aliens is really the only other movie of his that I've seen, but in that also, I mean, there's not really that much dialogue. Like, and when you do get dialogue, you get a lot of it, but other than that, it's pretty silent, and you're kind of
Yeah.
left to figure out what's happening on your own, which I think it makes sense for
Yeah.
this also, even.
now the villains in it, it was dope. I liked them.
So when it says replicant, does that mean that
Yeah.
they are replicated from a human that already existed,
Or it's essentially like creating DNA, like, and sort of programming DNA.
But yeah, speaking of I guess the villain characters, I guess because she was the skin job pleasure model, which
Yeah.
which makes sense because she was very erotic in the way that she like moved around and acted, especially with the Sebastian, I guess was his name.
Yeah.
Because especially that scene where he's kind of walking by her and she's behind him, and then she kind of puts one leg around him and then sort of
Yeah.
wraps both arms. Like it was very
Yeah.
sensual in a very non-abrasive way. It was just like it seemed very organic for her. to
But
be
there was
doing
like
that. Now, a sex scene that wasn't organic was the Harrison Ford rape scene.
Oh yeah, that was just
very alarming.
And then they fell in love. I mean, I guess you can
he programmed her to do it because he's like, "Hey, say this."
Well, they're both
Make
replicants, you know, replicants in love. That's how
I guess
replicants do.
Yeah,
she's the foreskin pleasure model.
We don't know this.
Yeah,
for fact.
No, she was the Nexus 6 skin pleasure.
Godin, son.
Godin, son. That man. I lost my train of thought. Really, that scene was just very uncomfortable. Rocky had a very uncomfortable love scene in it, and this was not far off. Really.
What would you say is your favorite part of the movie?
Actually, all 3 films we've done so far have had very awkward sexual advances from a male character upon a female character. Because when they first arrived to the cabin in Evil Dead, he was definitely pushing it on her.
Is that what made good movies back then? Was people just not knowing how to connect with each other? So they're like, this, I guess we'll try this.
Well, Evil Dead 2, it was awkward, but it wasn't coercive.
And that word means, just for our
but
listeners.
they worked together.
Really?
Coerce? They worked together in Evil Dead. They worked together.
Yeah.
That's true. I guess they were definitely...
I mean, he was a cheeseball at the beginning, but
he did bring her to an abandoned cabin. And still
to try and get a swerve on.
Yeah. You gotta do what you gotta do when you work for Top Real Company.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Operations, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
But what would you say, everybody, like, what would you say is your favorite part?
Favorite scene? I guess, I don't know really, because I had,
before we jump into this.
Yeah.
We talk about the visuals for the movie.
Solid. For the year, pretty solid. Amazing.
Oh man, it competed with some of the shit that comes out today.
Better than some stuff I've seen recently. Really,
that is incredible.
The movie's almost 35 years old, and the visual effects still hold up really well.
Super impressive.
Like it looked incredible.
Harrison Ford took money out of his check just so they wouldn't use the theatrical cut. He's like, look, you don't even have to pay me. Just please don't make this part of this.
Yeah, you win the award. Please.
I'm trying to think back on favorite scenes.
Favorite scene
I guess
movie,
I think it was the gymnast getting killed. The skin job pleasure bot getting doing all of her gymnast moves and and just being super. You did see a nip in that scene, by the way. But anyway, it's unimportant.
Not that you were watching for it.
Did I ever pay
attention? Did you just say it's not important?
Yeah.
Okay, nips are always important. Sorry, ladies.
We gotta mention nips at the beginning of the podcast.
Oh yeah, there are titties in this movie.
Titties.
Yeah, guys. I guess at this point you've already seen it, but watch out for this breast if you're easily upset.
Yeah.
I think I guess one scene I really liked was the hair machine that perms your hair immediately.
Yeah,
that was pretty impressive.
Trump,
and then
Trump 2016.
Hey, you gotta get the hair. He gotta do his hair.
Yeah, he's gotta do something with his fucking hair.
Dude, he's gonna give the entire country a perm. It's gonna be wonderful.
Hilarious.
But that, and then I guess when the gymnast died, because the way she died, like in a mid flip with the shot to the, I guess through her ass and gut. I don't know where it was
just straight through the gut.
Was it? Because it's either way, I'm just being gross. But yeah, it was I did like that scene quite a bit because it was weird and kind of creepy in a interesting sort of way.
Okay,
Derek, come on, man. What's your
Derek? What parts of the movie did you like and dislike?
The
parts you were awake for.
Hilarious. We made it, man.
You obviously weren't paying
attention to
you other than the film.
Yeah, exactly. It was very gripping.
One of my favorite scenes was probably just before the pleasure model was killed. Like
the first one,
with like the dolls
the
and everything.
One, when she was disguising herself as
that was
doll,
cool.
That was
mine too,
just
dude.
that initial shot showing that was. I thought it was super cool.
You took mine.
That was rad.
Super cool, super creepy.
Take his least favorite part too. Which one was that?
I had
nobody got mine.
Well, another favorite I would say actually is
you only get one.
Oh well, fine.
No, just do it.
Do it,
man. I'm breaking all the rules. Probably, I don't know why exactly, But when he crossed the street and was sitting down to eat those noodles the first time, and he had to have the guy that one was denying to give him 2 of whatever he was trying to order, then come over and help him by translating what the police was saying. I was like, why would this guy help him? I don't understand.
That is true. Yeah, I didn't notice that. But yeah, I just saying it. That makes
I liked
sense.
that whole scene. I thought it was 1 comical, but 2 just.
But what about you, Thomas? Least favorite and favorite?
Favorite part.
Well, I guess he took your favorite. What's your least favorite?
I didn't even get to say least favorite.
Oh yeah, least favorite. I'm sorry, Derek.
I didn't get to see least favorite either.
Oh, I'm sorry,
Start
Dan.
singing.
Damn.
Say it at the same time.
That was my favorite
That was
part. That's the
my
best
least
part of
favorite
this podcast. I have the voice of a golden god.
Okay. So, Derek, your favorite part in the movie? Least favorite of it?
Oh.
No, Daniel, don't. Daniel, don't
Hey, don't
pout.
cry, man.
Daniel, don't pout,
You be in the
please.
European version of.
You're being the European cut right now.
No, go ahead, though. Go ahead, Daniel. Well, Derek and then Daniel. Least favorite part.
Just everybody say their happiest moment on the planet Earth all at once. Let's all get it out. No.
Oh no, you go ahead. I
Yeah.
can't remember now.
So least
I'm
favorite
all
part of the
distracted.
movie.
Love scene's always a bit awkward.
Yeah.
That's hard to sit through.
It's really, it was painful to be a part of.
Yeah.
I think it was my least favorite part because it was just us guys in here. It was just like, dude, we can't.
Yeah.
Well, it's bad when you
It's
watch
sketchy.
another man do something where you're like, dude,
That's
you're
weird.
really failing this.
That's-
But
Dude.
somehow
He
still
had no
wins.
game. I
Say-
thought, I mean, it's Han Solo, dude. I'm thinking I'm
Yeah.
supposed to pick up something.
Yeah, you would think
No.
that, you know what,
I
that
love
is the
shit.
part that bothers me, is you would think that Han Solo wouldn't have to rape somebody.
No.
Like, they
Yeah.
would just be like, oh, fuck, here's four,
so-
bring it
Yeah.
on.
So,
I don't know.
same thing
Maybe.
Bill Cosby.
I
But we're
guess
not
she-
going to mention that, though.
Yeah, that's
we're not
true.
going to talk about
Yeah.
that because, you know. Hey,
I
but-
guess maybe she hadn't seen Star Wars.
That's
Maybe-
true.
oh,
yeah.
maybe.
Maybe she hadn't
She
seen Star
was
Wars yet.
only
Yeah.
like 3 years old, so.
Yeah. As
Oh, that's even
Oh.
worse.
Oh, yeah, you
yeah,
just got
that's even
incredibly
way worse.
But wait.
Ew, dude.
But wait, how old is Harrison Ford then if he's a replicant?
Oh,
We're
so
around
they
the
might
same
both
age.
be 3
Oh,
years
might be,
old. So
yeah.
we're all gross for even seeing it.
We're okay, so
Oh,
we're the
no.
birds.
Fox movie.
Yeah.
bro.
This movie has made us perverts. It has
favorite-
debased us all.
My favorite part, it might be the smallest thing, but the gun that he had looked so dope in the movie.
It's
yeah.
actually
I
not.
love the gun.
People have like there. I've been seen so many like things on forums and cosplay things with that. People love that gun and
That gun look cool.
people that
It's
redo cosplay like weapons and stuff. Like it's insane the amount of detail they try and get from like scenes and pictures of the movie. Sometimes they'll even try to talk to the production companies to get some kind of scale to do it because they're so interesting. But yeah, that gun is a cool
My
character.
least favorite part was probably like at the very beginning, when you order thin crust pizza.
Amen to that. Up top.
Gotcha.
with my credit card.
Yeah. Oh.
Like, Kelly, I trusted you, bro.
I think I changed my
I
mind.
trusted you, man.
What was that your least favorite part, too, Daniel?
Yeah, I'd say so
Thin
too.
crust pizza.
I didn't even have any, and I was devastated.
I don't even know why thin crust pizza is an option. I'm super sorry. Like, sorry, listeners, if you like thin crust pizza. Obviously, you're a monster, and there's no hope for you.
No, we're calling you out. We're calling you out in your homes and your cars
You're a
and at
replica.
work. You know what? If you like thin crust pizza, you're a fool,
Yeah.
and you don't deserve to vote.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, that's true.
That's right. You're right.
I'm
Glad
telling the
somebody
truth. To get back to it, the subject of this
But it didn't
podcast
affect how we
is
felt
Blade
about the
Runner,
movie.
not Pizza Runner or Pizza Ruiner.
It did
in
affect
Kelly's case,
Everyone's
Hilarious.
movie viewing experience.
No.
I know it.
That's not
Yeah.
true. Because, Rocky didn't have any pizza. And at the end of
I
that...
had a pancake, and you know how much more I like the movie than you two guys?
It is
Not
a grower.
much.
It was a grower, bro.
It was a
Yeah.
grower,
It
yeah,
grew on
but initially...
We admitted
Hey.
that at the beginning of this podcast that Rocky grew on
Yeah,
us.
just
after.
as
We
a
did
small
admit that.
disclaimer again, but we'll say it again. Rocky not as bad as we thought.
Also,
Yeah.
we apologize for our comments about the city of Philadelphia.
I actually don't apologize for those.
Okay.
Or the ones we said about Los Angeles. and
Kelly
this
does
one.
not apologize.
And
The
he
rest of
also
us
likes
do.
thin crust pizza. So don't worry
No,
about it.
that is a lie.
What?
And if he comes to Philadelphia, you should throw batteries at him, not us.
Let's
Hilarious. Thin
say
crust
that,
pizza.
for me, Blade Runner is a definite recommendation.
Yeah, I would definitely watch
sure.
this movie again. And now,
Check
I mean,
it
I
out.
own it now, so I have to.
You have to.
Just to get my I paid $4.
You
I
might
have
wanna
to
get
watch it
another
at least
copy,
4
though.
times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I could have bought something
I,
else. Is really what I'm saying.
I definitely will recommend Blade Runner. I liked it, man. I mean, I said
cool.
the dialogue. It's not much dialogue, but it was
Yeah.
slow. The dialogue was really slow to me. Like
Yeah.
it could have been like the movie was 2 hours when I feel like the talking maybe stressed it out to like 15 more minutes.
Yeah,
It should've been.
I guess I went in thinking it was going to be an action film, so when the pacing hit, I was kind of thrown by that. But that's really the only criticism I can give it, and that's just me.
I mean, obviously, I'd recommend it.
Yeah, I mean,
Personally, I'm not. I like slower paced films, so I always like enjoyed the pace of this film, and that it allows you to kind of like soak everything in, so to speak, as far as like the mood and everything.
sure. Really, we just need to stop watching movies at 1 in the morning that are 2 hours.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah, I
would
think
probably
that's
serve
why
us
we're hating
better.
on pacing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that might be our only real discredit for that.
Yeah, that is a valid point.
But yeah, any final thoughts other than that?
I
Hit
dig
it
it.
and
Check
quit
it
it.
out.
Yeah, let's put
Hit
this
it,
one to
hit
bed.
it and quit it, but you said watch it
Yeah.
again.
Hit those
No,
foreskin.
I'm not talking about the film. I'm talking about this
Yep.
this podcast.
Okay.
So we all go
Yeah,
home.
let's put this one to bed.
All right, guys. Well, as always, thanks for listening, and you can follow us on Twitter at How Did You Not See. You can send us an email with comments or advice or anything.
Concerns, questions, relationship advice.
Relationship. Really, if you want to ask us
If you want
anything,
to
that's
send us
totally
a
fine.
coupon for pizza in the future,
Oh,
we'll
oh,
accept
Oh, yeah,
that.
we will be
Yeah.
setting up a P.O.
Yeah.
box
Yeah.
soon, and
Yeah.
you can send us
Or if
prizes.
you want to provide us any sort of meal.
Yeah.
Anything.
Yeah, actually, why aren't you feeding us?
Or if you want to send envelopes of money,
you're welcome to.
yeah,
good too.
unmarked bills would be cool.
yeah.
But you can send any email or anything to dude, how did you not see this at gmail.com. Thomas, did you have anything you wanted to plug since you're the only comedian that works here?
Yeah.
You can always visit my website at tncomedy.net. That's tncomedy.net. I got a lot of shows coming up. You guys can always follow me on Instagram and Twitter, Facebook at tncomedy. That's tncomedy.
Right. All right, guys. Well, thanks,
night.
dudes
Good night.
and dudettes, for listening. We'll see you next week.